Disneyland President Ken Potrock comments on the reservation system. AAA is offering discounts on tickets to Disneyland. Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta is back. So too is the North Bag Check at Downtown Disney. And if you're waiting for a Haunted Mansion movie, we've got a release date. All coming up next on Fresh Baked. Hi guys, Dave here with Fresh Baked, and I've got some updates for you from around the Disneyland Resort. We're going to start with a question that we're asked often. Do you think the reservation system is going to end anytime soon? I personally don't think so, and so too does Disneyland President Ken Potrock. In an interview with the OC Register, he voluntarily stated that he doesn't think the reservation system is going anywhere. When asked how the reservation system has changed Disneyland, he responded, "People ask me if the reservations are going to go away. I don't think so." He might as well have said no, right? The I don't think so hedge, for me, allows only room enough for them to change their minds if something disastrous were to happen. And by that I mean, ticket sales are just bottom out or something bad happens with the lawsuit. Otherwise, the messaging from Disney has been pretty consistent from the very beginning. They love the reservation system. They want the reservation system. And just as the article states, every other theme park that had reservation systems have ditched those reservation systems since the COVID restrictions were lifted. They don't want them, but Disneyland does. They've always wanted them, and they're going to keep using them until they're told not to. And by that I mean, of course, the lawsuit or something disastrous happens to their bottom line, where limiting attendance affects their bottom line. It's a strange thing. It really is, because they're trying to temper demand, which I've never seen this before in business. Business usually does not try to put a brake on actual demand, which, by the way, does suggest to me that they're getting what they want from the reservation system, that the parks are as precisely as busy as they want them to be. They're not at all worried about attendance. On a personal level, as a Dream Key holder, this kind of bums me out a little bit. Keys are struggling. I say this personally, but I think I do speak for a few Dream Keys out there, that they're struggling trying to balance the desire to go to the park often, which is really kind of the idea of having a Dream Key, being able to go whenever you want kind of thing. They're struggling trying to balance the desire to go often and the desire to be there for some of those key dates, such as April 22nd for the return of the Main Street Electrical Parade, or Disneyland Forever, or May 28th, which, by the way, is coming up soon. We're struggling to you either want to get those dates or you go often. You can't have both. Or even just going on the weekends. As of this recording, here's how the calendar looks for March and April. Those weekends are all booked because Enchants are blocking those weekend dates while they can. I don't blame Enchants for doing this. That's, you know what I mean? Like, you bought that pass and you got limited access to weekends. You're going to grab them when you can. I'm not blaming Enchants at all. First world problems, I would agree. But there does seem to be an imbalance between the three passes due to the fact that they're all working from the same reservation bucket. Dream, Believe, and Enchant are all pulling their reservations from the same pool of available reservations. That means there's more competition during this time of year, during January and February, when it's wide open, as opposed to, it was much easier to get a weekend for Dreams during the holidays because there was less competition. I don't know what the future holds for that. It's a tough spot. We're trying to make do as best we can. This past weekend for me was the first weekend that I did not get a reservation, which is strange, like I said, considering it's February and not a holiday or a major weekend or anything like that. This weekend was the first weekend that I was not able to get a Saturday or Sunday that I wanted. It's okay, though. I got things to do. Let's move on. One of the things that Mr. Potrock mentioned in the interview is that he confirmed that there are going to be some differences between our version of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway and that which is being enjoyed by guests today at Hollywood Studios at Walt Disney World. He confirmed that while the ride itself is pretty much a clone of the other attraction, it's not going to be an exact copy, and that there are going to be some key differences. And I assume that means, or what I've heard anyway, rumors suggest that it's an additional scene. And that, by the way, is a byproduct of the fact that we are building our attraction from scratch, from the ground up, purpose-built, which gives us a great advantage over the attraction built for Walt Disney World in Hollywood Studios. That was a reskin of the movie ride. So they have limitations. We do not. Apparently, our building is quite a bit bigger than the show building for Runaway Railway at Hollywood. That could allow for the possibility of an additional scene. And I heard that there's even one rumor that I heard that it might change levels, because that's a tall building. It's not it's a 2-story level. You know what I mean? It's Rise of the Resistance size building. It's going to take a minute. We got 1 year for them to finish this thing before we find out. Let's talk next instead about cheap tickets to Disneyland. If you're a member of AAA and live in Southern California, you're eligible for a 3-day ticket package that is very similar to Disneyland's SoCal offer. The tickets are for weekdays only. You can get a 3-day, one-park ticket for $179. That is very affordable. That's $60 per day. You can add Genie Plus for another $60 for a total of $239. The $60 add-on for Genie Plus is not a discounted price, though. Genie Plus lists for $20 a day, so your discount is on just the park ticket. There's also a 3-day park hopper for $239 or $80 per day, again with the possibility to add Genie Plus for another $60. And for what it's worth, I recommend you don't get, if you're going to get this offer, I recommend you don't get the Genie Plus or add that on to your pre-purchase because there is no discount, so you're not saving anything by doing it in advance. And it does give you, even if you want to get Genie Plus, wait till you're in the park to buy it. Buying it in advance does not give you any sort of benefit or added, convenience. And it leaves that open for you to not use Genie Plus on 1 or 2 of those days. You may not want Genie Plus for all 3 days of your ticket because you have to get 3 days if you opt in beforehand. You have to buy all 3. This gives you the opportunity, if you wait, to buy it just on day 1 maybe or day 2 or whatever. Otherwise, yeah, this is a good deal for Southern California guests. Hope you guys are able to take advantage of this and make your way down to Disneyland. The tickets do expire. They have a short window, May 26th. The tickets expire on May 26th. I'm not sure for how long they're going to be on sale, probably until then, I would imagine. But the last time you can use one of these tickets purchased is on May 26th. By the way, mark your calendars. Mark your calendars, because that weekend is going to be super busy at the parks. Or not, I'm sorry, not that weekend. These are weekday tickets only. But that week will be super busy because everybody's going to be trying to use whatever tickets they didn't get to use up until then. Also, this ticket does put you in the window for enjoying Main Street Electrical Parade, Disneyland Forever, and World of Color, but it does not put you in the window for Fantasmic. That doesn't start until May 28th, 2 days after the tickets expire. And if you do get to Disneyland using one of these tickets, you can enjoy Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta at California Adventure. It is open, finally. It has been, I want to say, it's been at least 2 years since that place has been open, and almost a year since the park is reopened, that it's still been closed after they reopened it. I mean, it's just incredible how long that place was closed. Apparently, they've been waiting for an oven, a pizza oven this whole time, been sitting off the coast of Long Beach, as I'm told. I don't know how true that is, but that's what I'm being told. But everything is just the way it was. Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta is pretty great. The 5-cheese ravioli with the pesto sauce and the pine nuts is excellent, but they are still serving that medium quality pizza. Liz stopped by last week to test all that out. It went just about as I thought it would. Thumbs up on the 5-cheese ravioli. So stop by Boardwalk Pizza and Pasta if you're in the neighborhood. Also returning this week is the North Bag Check to Downtown Disney. This may or may not be a big deal to some of you, but it should be to anyone who prefers to walk to Disneyland rather than take the Disneyland tram. Because the tram path is no longer walkable, it's got trams on it now, the Downtown Disney path is now the only way to walk in. And until earlier this week, if you did walk in, you had to go all the way around those trees, and to the Disneyland Hotel side of Bag Check. Kind of a drag, but now no worries. The ESPN Zone side of Bag Check is once again open, saving you a few minutes and more than a few steps. Over at Disneyland, you may remember that they closed the Christmas shop in Fantasyland. This due to the opening of Plaza Point on Main Street, which became the Christmas shop, which we're going to be getting back to that in a minute. Signage out front indicates that the small shop at the entrance to Fantasyland will be Sword in the Stone themed, Merlin to be specific. And the other day, Disney updated the window displays in front of the shop. All kinds of scientific stuff in there that Merlin might have gotten into. This cool telescope, some potions, science books, Merlin's underwear, more books, even Merlin's bag. Higgitus Figgitus. He's even got something brewing over on the Peter Pan side of things. That's a really cool window display. No word yet on what they're trying to sell in their shop, but I bet a British pound it's going to be exactly the same kind of stuff they sell in every other shop at Disneyland. Meanwhile, back over at the Plaza Point gift shop, Easter has arrived. Disney updates the theming inside this shop for each holiday season, and we're now in the spring and Easter mode. Lovely spring flowers, so many cute butterflies kind of just gently flapping their wings, some very fancy Easter eggs up there, And the carriage out front, the centerpiece of the store, is now sitting on this lovely little field of green grass. Makes me think of Easter egg hunts as we speak. Then there's more spring flowers, more butterflies. It looks great and a lot of fun seeing the seasons change. I like to go in there every time the season changes, but no Easter merchandise yet. Every single thing available for sale in the shop right now is for Christmas only. And nothing Easter themed that you see can be purchased. I hope that changes soon. I keep saying this every time I go in there, but I hope that changes soon. And perhaps they'll have some Easter merchandise you can buy as we get closer to the season. But right now, Christmas merch only in that shop. Okay, one last bit of news. If you're a big fan of the Haunted Mansion and you've been waiting for them to make a new Haunted Mansion movie, maybe you don't like the Eddie Murphy version, maybe you're just ready for something new. Good news for you. There is a film is in progress. A Haunted Mansion movie is in progress, in production, and there's a release date. March 10th, 2023. The cast includes Tiffany Haddish, Owen Wilson, Rosario Dawson, Danny DeVito, he's still around, and Lakeith Stanfield. Sounds like a comedy if you ask me. Most of those names that I just mentioned are known more for their comedic performances than any kind of drama, so expect something lighthearted. IMDb shows only that Tiffany Haddish is going to be playing a psychic, while Owen Wilson will be playing a priest. But there's no mention in the casting so far that I've seen of who might be playing any of our, the famous iconic characters, the Ghost Host, or Madame Leota, or any of the characters that we meet in the graveyard scene, for example. So hopefully, hopefully they're in the movie, but we'll see. Stand by, I guess. And stay tuned to Fresh Baked for more on YouTube. We got lots of news coming to you, as always. And also, follow us on Instagram at _FreshBaked, on Twitter at FreshBakedDisney, that's fresh with no E, and on TikTok at FreshBakedDisney. We've also got our website, freshbakedisney.com. We're posting news and updates there as well. And if you like our show and want to show your support, please do consider joining our Patreon campaign at patreon.com/freshbaked. Otherwise, thanks again for watching, everybody. We love you very much. Be safe out there. Be kind to one another. And Fresh Baked.